Good morning. You're now listening to Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, WGHQ. This program is brought to you by our listeners and corporate underwriters who are interested in presenting local community radio. The opinions expressed on this program do not represent those of Panel Broadcasting or Kingston Community Radio. Listeners are encouraged to send in $10 per month to help bring this program to you. Mail your contributions to Kingston Community Radio, Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. For more information or to donate online, visit our website at mykcr.org. Good morning, this is Dan Gatis, and it is a terrific Tuesday, and thank you for tuning in, sharing the morning with us, and being a part of today's program. And it is 22 degrees still this Tuesday, November 30th. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do I love card night? You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Look through your children's eyes, and you will discover the true magic of a forest.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
What grows in the forest? Our imagination and our family bonds. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is Nina Postupack. Once again, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund is asking you to help the needy this holiday season. For the last 50 years, the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund has helped less fortunate families have a happier holiday. Look for our collection boxes at the local branches of the Ulster Federal Credit Union, Roundout Savings Bank, the Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, Ulster Savings Bank, and at Cantine Field in Saugerties. Thank you and have a happy Christmas.
And thank you for contributing to the Happy Christmas Fund this year. And contributions can still be made, and just mail them in, earmark them, Happy Christmas Fund, and send them to Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. And you can also donate online at mykcr.org. You're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, and streaming online at mykcr.org. KCR is talk radio and a call-in show, so your number is 331-9255. A little bit about the weather and forecast for Kingston and the surrounding areas. Today we've got a chance of flurries throughout the day, about a 30% chance of flurries throughout the day. A few snow showers possible. And that's a high of 38 today at the highest. And tonight goes down to 30 degrees and partly cloudy skies, just a cold night. Wednesday, 43-degree high and cloudy early with partial sunshine expected late. And Wednesday night, 31 degrees low, and periods of rain or freezing rain possible on Wednesday night. Thursday, considerable cloudiness with an occasional rain shower. High 49 on Thursday and Thursday night. Showers in the evening and then partly cloudy overnight as it's warming up. But the possible snow turns into showers. 40% chance of showers Thursday night. Okay, we've got our hosts in the on-air studio, and we're raring to go. Good morning, folks. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't speak for my co-host.
I'm also very good. And I like that sweater that Dan has on. Yeah, that's...
breaking out the winter sweaters.
Yeah, looks good, looks good. So, he's right. A little bit of winter, Cameron.
Yeah, it's a little chilly, but tomorrow's supposed to be warm.
Some snowflakes this past couple days.
They had a bunch more at work, my work.
Oh, really?
Here, yeah.
It always amazes me, like how on one side of the river, the weather is so different.
It can be so different, yeah.
What
Pine
causes that?
Got like 2 inches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, parts of Columbia County got several inches.
Is it the winds or something?
Elevation, I think, because, the prevailing west to east airflow,
Yeah.
because we are sort of in a lee, the shadow of the Catskills,
Okay.
Kingston
Right,
is,
in
so a
the
lot of
lee,
stuff
yeah.
kind of can scoot over us, but the river, and then, from the Connecticut hills, from the river into Connecticut, Massachusetts, it slowly rises, into the Berkshires.
Yeah.
And that rise, makes the air, changes the air currents, and it's cooler for one, and they get more snow sometimes.
Well, I had to believe that because
It waits till Columbia County.
Yeah, sometimes because of the rise, it's
Yes,
just,
right.
it's geography.
That happens, geographically. It happens also, where you say geologically, I guess, from cold air coming from Canada.
Oh, yeah?
It'll wait till it hits land along the snow belt before it drops.
Yeah. That's why sometimes Newburgh gets a lot more snow than we do.
Right.
Because they're sort of farther away from the mountains.
Okay.
The air,
Okay.
we're sort of, Kingston sort of butted right up against the hills, sort of,
Yeah,
And
no, it's very true.
We're in a lee, it can swirl right over us. So.
Yeah, I've noticed in major storms where we have gotten substantially less snowfall than surrounding areas.
Yeah.
And I always wonder what that was. Okay. So you've answered my question
Well,
at
it's,
7 o'clock on a Tuesday morning.
Fortunately,
There you
it's
go.
not winter yet, so
Yeah, we have another month. Well, another 3 weeks.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's your Thanksgiving? I haven't seen you since Thanksgiving. Well, I saw you.
Well, we saw each other briefly. I have to.
Socially.
Yes.
Yes, I saw you socially.
So I have to tell the listening public out there that I finally got the opportunity to go to the Elks Lodge.
Yeah.
And I corrected someone the other day who said club. I said no lodge.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. And
good.
Cameron was there, and Marion DeGroot, who's a good friend, was the guest bartender that night.
She invited a whole bunch of folks.
Yeah,
we were
so-
there all still in our work clothes. We had been there working all day.
Oh, I noticed the
Roofing.
porch.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
coming right
porch.
along.
Yeah, it
It's
looks really
grand.
good.
It'll be a grand new entrance.
Yeah.
So and you had some company.
I did. My sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew. We all had a drink at the lodge, so it was a lot of fun. It was great, and of course, Marianne gave us all applications,
Yeah,
which
of
she's
course.
very good at that, right?
Well, every organization just only
Needs
as
its
strong as
members. Yeah, absolutely. So I was happy to have the opportunity to go and to see the lodge and to see what and it was by the time we left, which was a little after 7 o'clock. It was crowded. It was you get credit crowd.
It's not terribly big, but there's a few.
Yeah, you get
folks
yeah,
open.
yeah.
So it's good. Well, we need to make money. So.
And you're open on Friday and Monday nights
right now, yes,
by invitation.
correct.
Yeah.
During the summer, we have a baseball dart league there. So on Wednesdays, so Wednesdays
Okay.
always jump in. But right now we're Mondays and Fridays, unless we have like a dinner or something like that on a Saturday or odd day.
Right,
This
right.
this coming Sunday actually is at 11 o'clock is the Elks Memorial Service,
Oh,
which we didn't have last year, and actually Kevin Gage has graciously stepped up to coordinate it. It's a service for members and a member's family, for members who have passed away during the year, for their families. It's what it called. You bring them to the lodge, and there's a service.
oh, that's nice. That's very, very nice.
First Sunday of December is when it's traditionally supposed to happen. And sadly, Chris Burns will be one of the
Oh, yeah.
Elks that will be remembered.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, it was a
bittersweet.
precious,
it's
yes,
bittersweet,
family.
But yeah.
Yes. And then
But,
we had another terrible tragedy, right? Peter Matara.
Yeah.
Those know Peter. He's a town justice in the town of Esopus, an attorney, just a fine, upstanding. People,
Good guy, yeah.
cannot say enough. Family man, faith-based, community servant. All of them rolled into one package, and very sad. He passed away on Thanksgiving Day, and very hard for his family, his children. Our condolences to the whole Matara family and to Jen and Peter and Christina. Very sad. A real loss to the community. Yeah. Just a fine, fine gentleman, and he truly will be missed. So, we send our prayers and thoughts to Jen, his wife, and the whole family. So very sad.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Our Thanksgiving was nice. My sister and brother-in-law hosted it, so that was even nicer.
Even nicer, yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
just
have
had
to
to
do
do
all
a
the
couple
dishes and
appetizers,
you
so
had to
that
clean
was
the
like
house and
great.
all that. That's the
Yeah,
hard part.
yeah, and it was nice to get back together with the whole family because last year obviously we weren't able to do
Lower
that.
numbers last year.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's great.
So
Good.
it was really nice to be able to.
Yeah.
And how about yourself?
Very nice. I think my Thanksgiving was overshadowed by the fact that it was my son's 18th birthday.
Oh, that's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exciting. Big changes coming for this young guy, but it was nice. My parents' house, my sister, 3 kids, and it was good. It was fun.
That's
3
nice.
kids. My niece is second year in college. My nephew's a junior. And Ben is recent graduate. So
I know.
it's not the kids anymore, and they're all bigger than I. Well, Abby's not, but Vlad is dang near 6.5 feet tall. Ben's 6'2", so. They're all looking down on me, so-
That's okay. That's right.
it's
My
good.
kids are 33 and 30, and I still say, Dwayne, are the kids coming home this
Yeah,
weekend?
that's
Yeah, it's just they're always your kids.
My mother
That's for
said,
sure.
"You may not be one, but you'll always be my baby."
That's right. Yeah, she's right. I agree with your mom 100% there. So
Well, it's nice.
I'm
So-
glad you had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, and the weather held out, which was great, and nice weekend. The Giants won.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty,
Right.
but they won.
They
and
won.
Strahan, they retired.
Were
Unfortunately,
you at the stadium?
No.
Okay.
Watched part of it from the Elks Lodge when we were taking a break from roofing in the snow.
Oh, yeah. It was, nasty.
Yeah, hands got wet and. But anyhow,
Yeah, Dwayne put up the Christmas lights on Sunday. Yeah, and it kept coming in. It's just the way he said his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, they won. I don't care against the dreaded Eagles. So.
Yes, my son's a huge Eagle
Oh,
fan,
really?
as you
How
know.
does that happen?
Back in the day, Michael Vick.
Oh.
Yeah. Drew was
you
young,
go.
and he
Yeah.
liked Michael Vick. So anyway, and his wife is the biggest Giants fan you ever
Ooh,
see.
they-
So they had a big rivalry going.
Twice a year.
Yeah, they do. So,
Yeah.
but I was glad to see that. And the Jets won.
Yeah.
So our 2 New York
First
teams.
time in a while that I think both of those teams have won on the same day. So.
Yeah, which is great, which is really good. So, and we had some exciting news in the Freeman today, right?
Yeah, well, one of
A
our
little
guests.
bit in the making.
Yes, one of our guests might be able to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tech City purchase, the original Tech City, the
Yes.
part that needs to get purchased and cleaned up and repurposed.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have Marc Ryder at 8:30, which I'm going to text him right at this moment to remind him because I was
There you
supposed to
go.
remind him yesterday. And
I know it's 7:30. Some folks from Maritime Museum are coming.
oh, I'm excited about that. That'll be great.
Yeah, and then at 8, I believe some folks from perhaps KUBA are to talk about the Snowflake Festival,
Yes.
which is Friday. Can't believe it.
I know. I'm excited about that.
And, I'm sure it's going to, one, it didn't really happen last year, as I recall.
Right.
So
Correct,
this
yeah.
year might be doubly booming.
Yes, I believe
In
so. And
years
they've worked
past,
so hard.
In years past, through the Elks and Kiwanis, we've helped out, actually it was with Melissa Winfield, through the
Oh, the Senate House.
Senate House, Friends of Senate House.
Yes.
Doing
Yes.
stuff there and whatever.
And they do the carriage rides.
right,
wagon.
right opposite the end of fair where the
Right.
queue up for the wagon rides. Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. Those of you who are listening, bring your grandchildren, your children. The horse-drawn carriages are so much fun, and the Senate House every year does that. And they have Santa at and Mrs. Claus at the garage, but they'll talk about it. So I don't want. They'll talk about that.
Spoil their parade.
Right, absolutely
But
not.
one thing I wanted to say before we segue too far away, the Elks Lodge. It's December. It's the second Monday. So next Monday, the 13th, is our drive-through dinner, and I'm making my award-winning chili, salad, corn muffin, dessert.
Award-winning?
Award-winning, 2000,
Amen.
Taste of Ulster County Fairgrounds.
Oh,
Got a
you
trophy
got
to prove it.
you got a trophy.
I do. I have a trophy to prove it. Year 2000. Yeah, the Taste of Ulster County, when I used to have that, the chili cook-off, I won People's Choice. So, whatever. That and $2 to get me a cup of coffee. Right? I got that going. As Bill Murray said, at least I got that going for me. So that's on the 13th, normal time, 5 o'clock. 481-0752 is a number for reservations. Call, leave a message. We don't necessarily need to return your call if you leave a message because it's Google and we get a voice and text printout. So 4810752. Call for your chili dinner.
All
$10,
right.
you can't beat it.
$10.
Can't beat
What
it.
a deal, right?
Homemade from scratch.
Yeah,
Ain't no canned Hormel chili. This kid.
yeah.
No way.
So I'm excited. On Thursday night, there'll be a ribbon cutting. The Chamber's doing a ribbon cutting down the Strand at Old Savannah's at the skating rink.
nice rink.
Yeah, there's going to be a laser show. The Bruderhof Choir will be singing. Michael Dell will be there. So it'll be really a fun,
that's a-
festive
could be a
evening
big
on
thing.
Tuesday night. Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
so
say
that's
Thursday
exciting.
or Tuesday?
Thursday night, she said.
Thursday night.
Thursday
yeah.
night. This
That's-
coming Thursday night?
This coming Thursday night, the 2nd,
Doggy.
Yeah.
That's nice. And what time is it?
6 o'clock.
Wow.
You
That's
take a
going to be
walk
fun.
down?
Yes.
I'm going to take a walk down.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's cool.
And it's
Yeah.
open to the public, I guess, you know.
Because Michael Dell and the choir singing, I'm sure they're gonna have the stage set up. You know, Kingston has that cool.
Yeah, they do have that
Stage
cool
now,
stage
the mobile
now.
stage, so-
Yeah. Which is great.
Right?
I know the
It'll be just like Rockefeller Center, you know, with the we'll put the stage.
and I
right
do
by the
think
ice.
that
Right next to
the
the-
tree,
right next to the,
tree decorating at Rockefeller
Rondell
Center
Creek.
is Thursday night, I think.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I think it is. That now
Well,
that you mentioned
pick
that,
which
not
one you want to go
positive, I
to.
think.
This one's- yeah, this one.
Well, listen, we did a Times Square here. Why can't we do a Rockefeller Center?
That's right, the other end of town.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So that's exciting. And
I think that's a home run idea.
have you ever been up to Saugerties for Christmas in the Village? Oh, that's a really nice thing. They're doing that on Sunday, and that's a nice event. And Saugerties always in the Village always does a tremendous job. Whenever they used to have their first Fridays before the pandemic, that used to be fantastic. Every first Friday of the month, and yeah. So there's again.
Street and was it Main and Market right there? That
Yeah.
intersection. It's pretty quaint. So imagine if
It
all the
is.
stores have like
It
lights
is.
in the windows. It probably looks pretty holiday-y.
Yeah, you don't realize. You think about all our main streets in our towns, you know, whether it's Highland or Kingston or Marlboro, whatever it is, and they all have a distinct quaintness, coziness about them.
At
yeah,
least
which
one
is
block.
very true.
Ellenville, the center of
Yeah,
Ellenville.
yeah, everybody, yeah. Yeah, very, very true.
And
Absolutely.
I think, downtown too, with the facades, whatever, and, under the canopy uptown, you can make it.
Yeah, yeah, and I see they, now I haven't been down on the Strand, but coming to work every day and going home at night in Academy Green, I see the Christmas tree is up and lit, and it looks great. So I'm sure the one down at the plaza and the one down
Yeah,
on,
and then
the,
north,
on Broadway.
Hanukkah seems early this year.
Yes, happy Hanukkah and happy holidays to everyone that's listening. Yes, it was started on Sunday, yeah.
Lighting-
Yes, it is early this year,
They
so.
build up progressively through the week.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, so happy holidays to everyone and happy Hanukkah.
Gonna be here
Yeah.
like that.
I
Christmas.
know. The time is just flying. And Thanksgiving was a little early this year, right? Because it can be a little later.
Yeah.
So, which is great because it gives you that extra. I always feel good if my Christmas decorations get up before December 1st. And I was able to do everything this weekend. So
Okay,
I'm
that's
happy
good. I was
about
gonna
that.
say, even if you go this weekend, it's only the 4th. So
Yeah,
that's not
not
too
too bad.
shabby. So
Right.
yeah, I gotta fish my Moravian Star out of the attic and get that hooked up.
Get
I
that
don't
done.
do a lot of that. Usually like some lights on the porch or up the railing, because my front step goes up, and I don't know. I think it looks nice when there's
Oh, yeah, I do too.
white
Yeah.
lights or whatever.
Yeah.
Moravian.
Moravian.
Moravian
yeah, the
star.
multi-prong star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And typically they're called a Moravian star.
Moravian
If
star.
there's like a lot of points to it.
From what I know,
Okay.
I mean, I believe that I learned that through the German Lutheran influence of the Christmas holidays.
Sure,
So
sure,
Moravia
yeah.
was
Okay.
a state in Germany or wherever the heck it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Southern. So
Yeah, Moravian star. That's why that's why I
Okay.
know them as.
I like it.
So yeah, but yeah, I hopefully I don't have to put up a Christmas tree. It depends on my son says. If he pushes the fact, I might have to do it.
Now, do you have a real one, though?
Oh yeah, the greatest trees in the world, Herzog's.
Yes, I
That's
agree.
true.
Stand straight
I agree.
spike. They drill the hole, and it benefits the Boys and Girls Club.
It took me forever to talk my because we're Herzog Boys and Girls Club Christmas trees forever, and it took me quite a long time to convince my husband to get an artificial tree.
Really?
But I have one now. It's
easier.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just, and I put it up this
No
past
mess,
weekend.
no
I can have it
water.
up now right through the holidays. I don't have to worry.
And I have gas hot air heat in my
Oh,
house.
so it dries it out.
You can watch it dry up the first day. You know?
Yeah.
But the good thing about the stand straight system available at Herzog's is the reservoir is like 2-gallon reservoirs. It's like a
huge.
salad bowl.
They're a fantastic design.
Yeah, it is.
Because the bowl fits underneath the actual stand.
Yeah, it fits in the basin.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic design. Best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We've used it in the past, but this year we have a beautiful, beautiful tree from People's Place.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm not exactly
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, you won your tree, right?
We won our
won your
tree.
tree,
Yeah,
That's cool.
we won the
Is it-
auction last week.
Have you taken delivery?
Oh,
You know, it's at your house,
it's,
whatever?
It's already set up.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
That's cool.
And they all were. They all are.
Which one
And,
did you get, Dan?
Fa La La. It was the
Yeah.
one with the music sheets on it, and
Yeah,
a Norman Rockwell painting of Springfield. No, not Springfield. A Great Barrington in Massachusetts.
Yes.
Winter
Great
scene or
painting that
something?
goes with it. Yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's gorgeous. It's really, really fun. It's like, I don't think we need another tree.
And it benefited a good cause.
It did.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I hope everybody has gotten their trees.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to roll out in another, like a year or two.
Yes.
You couldn't do that every year.
No.
Much. I,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
Right.
every 3 years or something.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, what a great idea. And now the Festival of Trees also is a fundraiser that's going through People's Place, right? Where you get the little card and the trees are set up for all the businesses.
Oh yeah,
right?
was that what it was called?
Festival of Trees, I thought. Something like that.
Yeah, with the 60 businesses, and you
Yeah.
can win at the end. You can win gift cards and stuff.
Right, yeah. Which is kind of nice.
Something. Anyhow, peoplesplace.org. I'm sure
You'll find
Google
all that
People's Place
information.
Kingston, and you'll get everything you need to know.
Yes, yes.
But Christine will be back before Christmas, I think.
Yes, she will.
Third
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday. So yeah, I think she'll be back.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But any? Oh yeah, the Christmas on the weekends this year. So
Which is nice, yeah, which is great.
not gonna
Yeah,
affect the
yeah.
work week too bad.
So just a little quick public service reminder to
Sure.
people that Best Buy the Pod is open on Wednesday, tomorrow, from 11 to 2 for adults for vaccinations as well as boosters, and then from 3 to 7 for under 18, the pediatric vaccinations. So please, if you're considering or haven't done it yet, and you need your booster or you haven't been vaccinated, you can go on, just Google Ulster County, and there's a big link there to go on their COVID website and to sign up for a vaccine or a booster shot. And they do suggest and highly recommend signing up and making an appointment. They will take walk-ins based on availability and the volume of people at the pod. But tomorrow from 11 to 2 and then 3 to 7 for children under 18. Please get your boosters and your vaccine because it is frightening. Those numbers are changing again, Karen.
Yeah,
and
I'm really,
you have
really
to be very
nervous.
vigilant at this
Really
point.
nervous
Yeah.
about my Italy trip in March.
Yeah, well, March, spring's coming. Yeah.
Mess up my plans.
I
to
know,
ski in the Dolomites,
I know.
man. I talked to my buddy yesterday about it, so I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah, and I think
We expressed the same sentiment. He's like, God dang it. You know.
I know. But, to a certain extent, if you're vaccinated, you have your booster, you're doing everything that you need
I'm
to
getting
do,
boosted.
right?
I'm getting boosted, that's for sure.
I
But
did too.
How about that sports news about the Mets landing Max Scherzer?
Yes.
Super hot pitcher. That's good for them, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
A lot of money. I don't.
That owner's putting his money where his mouth is, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're a billionaire, and the way the stock market's doing,
He's doing okay.
probably richer now than when he bought the Mets.
That's right. So,
And,
that was quite a acquisition, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, they're money where your mouth is. You know,
Yes.
He had said, Cohen, right?
Yeah, Cohen.
Cohen,
Yeah.
Steve Cohen, I think. He said, I want to make a viable team in New York. Not just the Yankees. I want the Mets and stuff. So,
Yeah.
hey, man, that's cool.
Yeah, no,
Any
absolutely.
sport, I mean, it's good personally, one, having been in the bar business and, being a New Yorker, and friends all over. When any New York team does good, it's good because Islanders fans and Rangers fans, Knicks fans, Bills fans, and Giants.
Yes.
Jets. I have friends that are fans of all the New York teams, and when they're doing good, the mood is better. People watch
absolutely.
the games, a little more hype. It's just
Sure.
better.
Yeah.
You have an interest in it. Oh wow, yeah, the Islanders. 6 games in a row. Well, Bill's watching it. Let's go to Bill's house. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
better, whatever.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Particularly when playoff hunts, and certainly if your team is in the playoffs. But
Well, I saw in the paper that because the Giants beat the Eagles, that's such a sad
Oh, I
division.
know.
They could actually be in the playoffs.
if Dallas loses a
Yes.
couple games, and then we play the Eagles again in like 3-4 weeks. so,
Right? Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, hey, you never know. But they're
Don't.
not getting far.
Yeah. No.
No.
But
Even if they did, they're not getting past. Maybe you could win the wild card game, but
that's about it.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree
But
with
either
you.
way, it's another reason to watch football for another week.
Yeah. So I had to tell you, I took a ride down on the Strand just recently to see where they had done the renovations and everything in the new soccer field, and great job. I know the mayor was on a couple weeks ago talking about it, and a great addition to the area down there.
Didn't realize how much land was down there.
No, yeah, I agree with you, Cameron. Yeah, I was surprised too.
Seems
and you're
like
down
the
there a
river
lot.
must be. You didn't realize there's that much space. That
Yeah,
land. I guess.
I
it
agree.
is.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a great thing, and I have to say, the more I travel up and down Broadway, the nicer it really looks, and it's
starting to
convenient.
move.
And
Yeah, people I
Yes.
think are getting the hang of it.
Right.
And the Rotaries seem to be working pretty good.
Yes.
People are getting the hang of that. And I think, one part, Broadway's working pretty good right now, but that still has the temporary lights on it. Once they install the new
that's true.
synchronized, state-of-the-art,
Yeah,
smart light
signals.
system,
Yeah.
it's going to be much better, I believe. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry, it's supposed to be on silent.
that's okay. That's all right.
Uh,
Yeah, so yeah, it's great, which is really good. And we're today, matter of fact, I'm in the process of meeting with New York State DMV, and the renovations at the stadium will start in the spring, and we do our CDL testing up at the stadium. So we have to find a new place for that. We're hoping that we'll be able to move the road test out to Tech City. So that's our hope, because
'Cause
it gives
you
us
need,
the convenience. Well, you need the space.
turn around a big truck and everything.
Yeah, and they
right?
do actually maneuvers around the cones and so forth. And then you need access to a 2-lane highway for them to drive on, because they have to change lanes and so forth, which you have access, obviously, from Tech City onto a 2-lane highway. So it's a perfect location. Hopefully it'll work out. It'll meet the approval of New York State DMV as well as the
What part
county.
of Tech City? The new
Well,
part,
we're-
the part they just sold?
Yeah, not the part they sold probably, but the part that we still have. But that's what we're going to see today,
Good,
and
that's
to
cool.
determine what would work best for us. So, and we won't talk about the headlines in the Freeman today because hopefully we have a representative from the county exec's office coming on at 8:30, and they will fill us in on
that good
some of the details of the purchase of some of the parcels in Tech City. So that's exciting by a company, a real estate company out of Connecticut. So we'll hear a little more about that at 8:30. So we have a full day for our fifth Tuesday, right?
Tuesday with no regular.
Yay, yes, you're right,
so
Dan.
that's good.
Yeah, so we're happy about that. That's for sure. And I see you're looking at the weather there. Not too much precipitation, right?
The sky looks a little gray. But
Yeah,
riding,
it's supposed to flurry a little bit throughout the day.
I was hoping
here
the
and
sun
there
was
maybe.
gonna come out. When the sun is out, it's so much nice. Even if it's the same exact temperature, the sun is just
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, yeah,
More
absolutely. There's a warmth to it. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's psychological as well. But driving to work, you see the red sky is beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful this morning.
Red
yeah.
sky in morning, sailors take warning.
Yeah.
Red sky at night, sailors delight.
Delight. Oh, I've heard that saying quite
yeah.
a few times.
Well,
that's
yeah,
for
well,
sure.
Dwayne is American, so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knows how to read
Oh, it was a
it.
red sky last night.
Was it?
Yes.
Well, it's probably the same cloud system that's covering us.
That's
so-
right. That's
and that's
right.
what it is. It's the angle, sun, because what they're saying is sun is shining through clouds in the morning. That means the system is already upon you. Just think of the angle, east, because weather goes from west to east. So at night, red sky means, the clouds are still to the west of us, whatever.
Right, so you're
But in
still.
the morning, those clouds have moved over and the sun's shining this way. So you see red in the morning. So
Yeah.
you're like, oh, the frontal boundary has passed already, whatever. So
Okay, see, there's
See,
a
well, my God,
scientific
true scientific
meaning behind that saying.
1.5 hour. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Your brain's going to get tired out. Oh,
Meteorology, astronomy. I tell you, I know a little bit of everything.
you do,
Not
Cameron.
not much of anything, but a little bit of everything. All right, I guess let's go to break, Dan.
Thank you, Cameron Rylance, Nina Postupack, and thank you, listeners, for being with us this morning. You're listening to KCR, Kingston Community Radio, on AM 920, 92.5 FM. My name is Dan Gatis, and it is Tuesday, November 30th, 22 degrees here in Uptown Kingston, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey there.
What's up, bruh?
Hello.
Aloha.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hola.
Hi.
It takes a lot of voices to create the sound of us. The Y welcomes all of them with open arms. From career readiness to safe spaces, the Y is there, no matter who we are. Now, more than ever, they need your support. Donate to your local Y today. The Y, for a better us.
Read by members of the Y.
What grows in the forest? Our imagination and our family bonds. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
This is Cameron Rylance. Many families in our area will not have a happy holiday, and the WGHQ Happy Christmas Fund will help them. We are asking for your contribution to purchase children's clothes, toys, and food for seniors. You can drop off your contribution at the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House on O'Neill Street in Kingston. Thank you.
And you can also send in your donation for the Happy Christmas Fund to Post Office Box 4364, Kingston, New York 12402. Or you can donate online at mykcr.org. Let us know that it's for the Happy Christmas Fund. Flurries and a few snow showers throughout the day today, with a high of 38. And tomorrow, this evening, we've got partly cloudy skies with a low around 30. Wednesday, cloudy early with partial sunshine expected late, and that's a high of 43 degrees. And Wednesday night, we've got mostly cloudy with periods of rain or freezing rain late, with a low of 31. And Thursday, we've got quite a bit of cloudiness with an occasional rain shower. High of 49. We have a 50% chance of rain Wednesday night and Thursday during the day. And it continues. We've got a 50% chance of rain on Thursday night, too. Showers in the evening, then partly cloudy overnight with a low around 35. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. Let's get back to the on-air studio with Nina Postupack and Cameron Rylance.
Thank you, Dan.
And we are back.
Yes.
And hopefully going to be joined by some guests from the Maritime Museum. And if you're listening, we're at 16 Lucas Avenue, the old family court building from years ago.
Yes,
Come in the side entrance on the parking lot, upstairs, take a right.
I swear the last time that the people from Maritime Museum were here, it was at 82 John.
Yeah, probably. But I think these are different folks.
I hope they don't go.
These are different folks. But, you know,
Okay.
they had old info. I thought I was communicated that to them, but oh well.
Speaking of Maritime Museum, back in the day when Lana Chasman worked there, she used to be a regular guest on Feel Good Friday, and I had the opportunity to speak to her the other day, and she's doing well. And she was one of the initial individuals at the Maritime Museum when it was growing, and they were becoming involved in the community and everything. So it was nice to hear from her again. So hopefully, I'm pulling up right now. I'm lucky enough that I get a newsletter from the Hudson, from the Maritime Museum, and of everything that's going on every week. Yeah. So and they are so busy, Cameron.
Yeah.
They really, what they do, and it's amazing. The school itself, the exhibits,
boat building school,
yeah,
yes.
the presentations, just so much. Just absolutely amazing. So I hope we get to speak to them this morning.
You can always call in. If they're listening, 331-9255.
Yes.
Anyone can call in. Right? We'll take any call.
Yeah, we'll take, absolutely.
Don't curse and don't be an Eagles fan, I guess.
Boy, oh boy. I think we'll get a lot of people in.
Yes.
I think.
There we go.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm trying to find this newsletter as we're speaking.
No problem.
So,
Good events coming up. I'm sure.
Here we
there
go.
is. Sister Act at J. Watson Bailey.
oh,
Coming up December 3rd and 4th and 5th. The 3rd, it's at 7 o'clock. On Saturday, there's a 2 o'clock and a 7 o'clock show. And on the Sunday, it's a 2 o'clock show. It's at Bailey. Tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for children and seniors. No tickets will be available at the door. Seats will be assigned for each show. For information, go to showtix4u, SHOWTIX, numeral 4u.com. And it's a fundraiser for Bailey. And give it a whirl. It looks like it's going to be a nice production.
So-
and that's a funny show.
So here's an interesting fact that was on their newsletter, Cameron. On November 29th, 1921, so that was
wow.
100 years ago, yesterday, over 1,000 people gathered at the Kingston Armory for a celebration dinner. It was a celebration all around the Roundout Creek Suspension Bridge. So 100 years ago was the opening of the bridge, which connected the town of Port Union, obviously, to the city of Kingston.
And it's still, and you can't use it on its centennial.
You can't use it,
anniversary,
right?
you can't use it
No.
because well, at least they're fixing it.
And did you
Thank gosh.
and did you realize it's the oldest suspension bridge in New York State? So it even predates the Bear
Brooklyn
Mountain
Bridge.
and the Bear Mountain Bridge by
Wow.
3 years.
Wow,
So
that's
yeah,
really neat.
and in
They're on their way.
Excellent, good. Well, did they go to John Street?
Yep.
There you go. That's okay. They're close.
So the festivities include an enormous parade, speeches by the governor, who was Nathan Miller at the time, and a ceremonial walk across the bridge.
I remember hearing someone from Kingston was like the first person across. They were
Yeah.
some sort of honoree. I think Ed Ford told the story.
Yeah, the two towns met in the middle, the city of Kingston and the town of Port Union, and one was represented by young women shaking hands at the bridge. So, which is very interesting that they picked women to represent both town and city.
Maybe
yeah,
that's why I remembered it. But I remember hearing a story about that. And that person had some connection. It was like the fire chief's daughter or something like that. I forget what the heck it was.
and there was actually 10,000 people there. It says here, so tightly was the crowd. This is according to the Freeman. So tightly was the crowd packed into a compact mass that if it had rained, few drops would have sifted through to the pavement. It is estimated there were 10,000 people in the crowd.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
Well,
and nearly
I mean,
all the
not a
people
lot
walked
going
across the
on.
bridge.
That was a huge thing. I mean, think of that. Think of it. They had no TV, only like 1 or 2 radio stations,
Yeah.
no internet, no, maybe.
No, this was-
Was there talkies back then? Talkie movies back then? Maybe not. It might have been silent movies 100
Right.
years ago.
Yeah.
So some technological marvel, big spectacle speeches. I'm sure there was a band playing and all
Fireworks. There was
Yeah, so
fireworks.
heck, what
Yeah,
else?
there was
What
fireworks
the
that
hell?
fire.
What
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
kids,
followed everything.
that. The farmers
Yeah.
from Hurley came on in for that, probably.
So now, what brings us to this whole thing is that at the Maritime Museum, there's a shoe brush on display. So what's the shoe brush
shoe
have
brush,
to
huh?
do with
Okay.
this whole event? So this souvenir is part of the Maritime Museum's archives and was donated by John Wegman in 1994. Obviously, the shoe brush was meant to clean shoes or clothes, and it features an image of the bridge on the back in gold and reads, "Souvenir, Kingston, New York, November 29th, 1921." And below it is written, "Roundout Creek Bridge, State Highway link to Kingston, New York, Catskill Mountains, Shocam Reservoir, and the West." So everybody who attended received that souvenir at the dinner at the Armory that night.
That's cool.
And so it was donated.
So
It's on
think about
display
it.
at the Maritime Museum.
So the way that just read was because 9W was like a major state highway back then.
Yes,
like the only
correct,
major state
correct.
highway on this side. 9 West? It was 9 one side of the river, 9 on this east,
Yeah.
Route 9 over there and 9W over here. So if that was the link, like their exit, that they built that bridge as the exit into Kingston off of 9W, which is pretty cool.
It is cool.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was the link, like they just said, that the link between State Highway and City of Kingston.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Which made like Wirt Street like the entrance to Kingston pretty much, when you think about it, as opposed to the thruway, which completely flipped it around.
Right.
Wow.
Very interesting, right? And they think the reason you received a shoe brush as a souvenir, now why would you receive a shoe brush, is because there was so much mud at the bridge site that they could clean off their shoes
Before they came into the armory?
they came into the armory.
That's right.
Isn't that interesting? Now that's just conjecture. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they think.
Everyone wore shoes back then,
And because of the weather, the actual bridge didn't open to the cars until the spring.
Huh. But I'm sure a lot of people walked. Well, 10,000 people walked across it that first day.
So it was 100 years old yesterday. Isn't that ironic?
so-
Happy
they walked?
birthday. That's for sure. So that's very interesting. Yeah. That yesterday was 100 years old.
Well, yeah, that's what time? How timely is that?
Yeah, absolutely. And great to go down to the museum and you can see
Good morning.
the shoe brush.
How are you?
Good morning.
We were just talking
Good.
about your shoe brush.
Yes, we just told the whole history, the suspension bridge, and yesterday was the 100th anniversary of the bridge, that connects Port Union to Kingston. So when you have the shoe brush at the museum.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
Nina and Cam, and what's your name?
I'm Becky Sellinger.
Becky.
Hi,
Good
Becky.
morning. How
Nice
are you,
to
Becky?
meet you.
Nice
Just
to
stay
meet you.
on the microphone.
Oh, okay.
So Becky, welcome. What do you do with the Maritime Museum?
I am the wooden boat school manager. I was just hired on in August. I'm the first manager.
You don't care. Okay, good. All right.
I'm the first manager. The school was started about 4 years ago. The museum purchased what was a Mexican restaurant next door, and in hopes to build a school that would dedicated to building and restoring wooden boats. And it originally housed the crew who spearheaded the major restorations of the Clearwater and Woody Guthrie, and that was Jim Cricker was the main boatwright on that. And then Jim Cricker retired a few years ago, and one of his boatwrights, Wayne Ford, stayed on, and Wayne is currently our lead instructor. He teaches most of the classes there.
Wayne is phenomenal. My son went through that 2 years ago, the wooden boat building program.
Oh, great.
Great experience, phenomenal, experience. You can't get that anywhere else. The schools don't offer any, hands-on practical, trade skills like that. And the fact that, Wayne could cut down a tree and build a sailboat by himself is phenomenal. So the knowledge that is possessed down there is worldwide. It's unbelievable.
No, exactly. And I mean, one of the first meetings that I had with Lisa Klein, our executive director, was, we bonded over the fact that shop in schools these days is just totally pathetic. I mean, I prior to this, I taught sculpture and art schools, and I would just be amazed at how many freshman college students would come in who had never used scissors because they're banned in schools. They have.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, think about that.
Wow.
So to get people to, it's just really thrilling to get to people to work with their hands, and we have a lot of adult classes. And recently, one of our adult classes, we have we teach timber framing, which is basically real life Lincoln logs, where you can, construct basically a building without any screws or fasteners. It's all done by chisels and hammers to kind of create, two pieces that
Joinery, yeah.
Joinery, yeah.
Mortise, tenons, pins.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the Amish, old school, 500-year-old barns.
Exactly, and we had students who came from the city who were like programmers who had never picked up a drill before. So for this, they were so excited, and it's so nice to see people who are just, learning with their hands and getting dirty and all that good stuff that they don't have access to and are mostly sedentary, computer-driven lives these days.
Yes, that's right. You're absolutely correct.
Ancient art, like the art of shipwriting and timber framing. That's lost. I mean, you can be a master carpenter today, build beautiful mansions, but not know how to do any of those old techniques or things that have been around for literally hundreds of years. It's so cool. Now, do you have an education background or
so my
background or?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I went to school. I went to undergrad for sculpture, and then I went to grad school for sculpture. And sculpture entails it's basically just you learn every tool, every medium under the sun. So just think, being able to think and conceptualize in 3D. That's kind of my background, my educational background, and then, but I've done everything from like home remodels to building a life-size horse in plaster to
probably weighed almost as much as a life-size horse.
It did, yeah.
Believe it, man, out of plaster. Now, the reason I asked that question was, are you responsible for like recruiting kids and PR and curriculum stuff, I guess you could say, or? I
am. I also actually.
I would just try to get your role at the school. Just try to help our listeners understand what's going on.
Sure. Yeah. So
This is a call-in show 3319255.
Great. Yes, please call in. I'd love to hear from you. So yes, I also should have said that I do have a K-12 teaching certification and have taught at the college level. So I do have an educational background, and I've run like artist residencies or other kind of educational programs. So it's not unfamiliar to me, and I am recruiting. I am constantly posting our programs to our website. So if you check out our website, HRMM, that's for Hudson River Maritime Museum.org, and go to the wooden boat school classes or the youth classes. There's classes in woodworking, boat building, foundations of wood is a really great programming for people who have are just coming into it and haven't had any experience in the shop. You will go through everything from understanding wood, identifying wood, to learning some kind of old school joinery methods like mortise and tenon, as what we talked about earlier, or dovetail joints. So you get a really nice understanding.
Now, are these classes, do they run, I don't know if the right word, but cyclically or serially? Like, can you start and stop at any time, or do you sort of have to get in, they go, they start the first of each month or quarterly? How?
It depends on the class. So some of our classes are just, over a weekend or 3 days where, we have an Adirondack chair class, and you start on, I think that's a 3-day class. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for that kind of class, yes, you have to be there all 3 days. If you miss one of the classes, you fall really behind, and it's
not going to finish a chair.
It's not going to finish a chair. It's not going to be fun for you. It's not going to be fun for the instructor. Yeah. When you take a class, you want to get the most out of it. The classes that the Foundations of Wood class happens in kind of like little spurts. So there's like the first segment of that is technically one class. It's understanding wood, and then the next one is about hand tools and how to use them and how to care for them. And that happens in a series. There's a few more in that series. And the idea is that you start with one and you continue through the series. To start from the fifth one and work backwards would be it just it's not very advantageous. It's
Yeah.
You don't get as much out of it.
And there's fee structure involved with courses down there?
Yep, all the classes have a cost to them and a materials fee. We do have scholarships for younger kids. Right now, our youth programs, typical age range is like 11 to 17. But we are developing some programs possibly for younger students as well.
Yeah, it is great for kids, right? The opportunity to work at that. How did you land, or how did you end up here in our area, and how did you end up at the Maritime Museum?
Well, it's all sort of funny story. First of all, I'm from here. I grew up overlooking the Hudson River on West Chestnut Street. I was there. My family rented a house there for several years, and then we moved to Woodstock. So I've always been kind of around this area, except for, of course, when I went to school and moved to Virginia, and then moved to Provincetown, and then moved back to New York City, and then I moved around a lot, and then but I always kind of knew I wanted to land here, and then the pandemic hit, and I was like, well, now's a better time than any to settle down where I think I want to be long term. And I actually have a sort of, I was obsessed with the Clearwater and obsessed with Pete Seeger growing up. I learned how to play banjo and I went to the Clearwater Festival every year, and Pete Seeger signed my banjo one year, and I got my photographed in the Freeman or something.
An alumni of the camp I went to. He went
Really?
In 1933 or something like that. Yeah, and he came back several times over the years. Yeah.
That's so cool. What camp?
Camp Rising Sun in Red Hook.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, it felt really like I was actually joking to my sister before I got this job. We were like walking on the roundabout, and I was like, I wish I could just work at the Maritime Museum.
Oh, that's so
And then
great.
like a couple of days later, I saw an ad posting, and then the job posting said, this is really funny. So the job posting said, you can apply by email or you can apply by mail. And I was like, by mail, you can, like, if they're that old school that they're gonna accept like
Something through the mail.
yeah, then like I should probably just go stop in to make sure that they received my email. So I stopped in one day. There was only one person in the office, and I spoke to her, and then she told her executive director, Lisa, that I stopped by, and she, reviewed my application, and then Lisa sent me a funny email like, I want to talk to you. It wasn't like I want to have you in for an interview. So I just went over and we had a talk, and we talked as I kind of mentioned before, we bonded over. Because Lisa came from she was a set designer. So we have both a sort of like background and a shared background in the arts and construction in that way. And so we bonded over the fact that, nobody has these kind of hard skills anymore, and that, and how much fun it is to be in the shop and make things. So, so then we were talking, and we just kind of, she was like, I think that we need you. I'm not exactly sure what. And then, over the course of several more meetings, we kind of defined my role, and Jack Weeks, who is the president of our board, retired medical doctor, really, I think, and a lot of people think he's kind of like the heart and soul of the place. Owns his own sawmill where we get most of our wood for timber raven class.
That's very helpful. That works, right?
So, and then I had a meeting with her and Jack, and Jack was really, this was before my time, so I can't really speak to it, but it's been kind of told to me that Jack is really, the main sort of instigator of let's build a wooden boat school here in the Hudson Valley. So, so he was really excited about the idea of us having a real dedicated manager, and he got on board, and
The rest is
It
history,
worked
and
out.
here you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
We're figuring it out.
I don't think people realize that there's only a couple, 3 other wooden boat building schools in the country. Am I correct?
Yeah. There's not many of us.
Yeah, and that, like I said, there's a lot of wooden boats, and I think your partnership with the Clearwater and the ability to do that type of shipwrighting on the Rondow Creek, which has an incredible history of maritime. I mean, Feeney's Boatyard is still one of the only boatyards. There's one in Maine, right? There's a couple in Jersey, I think, and that's it, and one upstate New York. It's crazy.
It is.
When you think of Kingston is on the maritime map, and
it is. And if there's one thing I've learned at this job during the short time I've been here is that boats are always breaking. So
a 80-year-old wooden boat at that.
There's job security in that,
Definitely.
But do you actually get down in the guts and start, prying timbers and steaming wood and all that kind of good stuff?
We do. I personally haven't been able to do that yet. I'm kind of.
I would love to get into the bilge of the Clearwater to see what that's like, man. That's cool as heck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah.
still stone. There's got to be bilge stone. Ballast stones in the bottom of that thing, right? And
Oh, is that what you mean? Like getting into
into
those
the boat,
big
yeah,
ships?
into the.
Well, the Clearwater actually, they just pulled it out of the water, so it's been on the water, all summer. And now.
So when did
they
you start? I'm
brought it-
sorry.
I think it was
Last year?
August.
Okay.
This
'Cause
August.
I think they did a big rebuild a couple years ago. I think they relayed part of the keel, and it was hauled for a while and stuff, I believe, wasn't it?
And they're doing something this year. I'm not sure what the exact plans are, but they just pulled it into the barn.
Ambitious. I
and
know that.
They're
so.
doing a big, and I know that Wayne and Jim Cricker, who is the lead boat, right? The first time it will be involved somehow. So that is, stop by for sure. See them because they're going to be working on it all the time, and it is a really cool process to see. And I'm sure the Clearwater folks would be happy to talk to you about.
Yeah, I mean, personally, being whatever enthusiast, having a couple open houses or on a Saturday afternoon or come see the repairs or something like that. To me, I think that would be neat. Just to see it. I'm sure there's other people out there that would be interested as well. So something to think about.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows? I'm sure you got enough to do. I don't want to
Put any more on your plate, right?
No, I will. I'll talk
I
to
just
them.
personally, I think community interaction. Now that there's going to be ice rink downtown, which that's going to be something.
That is
I
gonna
think
be
that's going to
really
be a
cool.
huge draw. I think it's going to be unprecedented amount of people through downtown this winter. Believe me, I had 10 years I struggled through winters downtown owning a restaurant. And I think that's a game changer, having that ice rink. There's going to be so much
Activity.
foot traffic that it's we're going to merchants and cultural institutions are going to have to adjust. So to benefit or reap the benefits.
Yeah, I mean, Kingston has been so depressed for so long. It's nice to see
It is.
people, coming out and the community growing. And I feel like, every day I meet somebody who just moved up here and, is looking for classes for their kids or classes for themselves. And, it's nice to see that people are moving up here and they're actually doing stuff, engaging in the community.
Yeah, that's big. That's what we got to try to foster,
Can you give us some contact information because we're almost at the 8:00 hour? Phone number, website, how to find out about the classes and so forth.
Sure. So the best way to contact me is by email, which is B as in boy, Sellinger, SELLSINGER. That's B Sellinger, SELLINGER at hrmm.org. You can also visit our website where there's a list of our phone numbers, and but email is the best way to get in contact right now. And
is the museum open during the winter or
the museum is open. I should know our hours, and I don't know our hours.
weekends?
Yeah.
Probably.
Weekends. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is typically.
Yeah, good. Excellent. So we'd love to get you back sometime. fill us in, keep us up to
Yes.
date. Maybe in the spring. I'm sure you're gonna have classes in the spring, so we will stay in touch and
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
enjoy it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much for
being
having
here.
me on. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
appreciate
It was
it.
so nice to
And,
talk to
thanks.
you.
It's too bad with a little mix up in the beginning, but next
No.
time you'll know exactly where we are. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so it's about the top of the hour. Dan, why don't you take us to break?
Thank you, Ms. Sellinger, and from Hudson River Maritime Museum, Wooden Boat School. Many thanks to Nina Postupack and Cameron Rylance for bringing us up to the 8 o'clock hour. KCR is Kingston Community Radio, WGHQ, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. It is now 8 o'clock a.m. This Tuesday, November 30th, and 23 degrees now here in Uptown Kingston. What do you think of that? 23. That's all we got up to so far. This portion of Kingston Community Radio has been brought to you by Mid-Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 1099 Morton Boulevard in Kingston. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey there.
What's up, bruh?
Hello. Aloha.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hola.
Hi.
It takes a lot of voices to create the sound of us. The Y welcomes all of them with open arms. From career readiness to safe spaces, the Y is there, no matter who we are. Now, more than ever, they need your support. Donate to your local Y today. The Y, for a better us.
Read by members of the Y.
What grows in the forest? Our imagination and our family bonds. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Hi, my name is George Post from Ulster Park, New York, and I support Kingston Community Radio, and so should you. Where else can you speak to your local representatives on the air and have your questions answered? So thank you and support KCR.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM. And my name is Dan Gatis. It's Tuesday, November 30th, 23 degrees here in Uptown Kingston. This morning program is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit rgbaum.com for more information. Let's get back to the on-air studio right now with Nina Postupack and Cameron Rylance.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
And we are back. And
yes.
It's birthday time for the Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House cow pie giveaway.
So I have to, before we do the birthdays, I have to say, Thanksgiving night, my brother's birthday was the day before Thanksgiving, so we celebrated it Thanksgiving at dinner, and we had a Boyce Brothers Dairy Milk House ice cream cake that was delicious.
There you go. That's cool.
Because he loves ice cream cake, so I have to.
Go.
All right.
So today, November 30th, I want to wish happy birthday to David Edwards. Love, Jennifer, family, and your many, many friends. Have a musical day.
Oh, isn't that nice?
I guess.
Yes. So I have a happy birthday to Eileen Weaver. Love from family and your many friends. Have a happy day.
And we'll put these in the old randomizer and come up with our winner. And congratulations, Eileen Weaver. You won a Boyce Brothers Dairy cow pie. Wow. Authoritative. So go see Sally at 62 O'Neill Street or any of the fine folks there. Get your cow pie, load up on your dairy goods, and listeners, send your name in so you can get in the drawing and win free stuff. So, cool. So,
yeah,
we have a studio full. So, Nina, why don't you introduce our guests?
Yeah, so I'm very excited about the Snowflake Festival being back here in Kingston. And so we have Nan Potter here and from KUBA. And we have Bill Calderara here from Ulster Savings Bank and Alex Mainetti from Mainetti and Mainetti. And they're going to tell us all the exciting things that are going to happen on Friday night in Uptown Kingston. So I'm going to turn it over to them. So, Nan, I'm going to look at you to lead.
So this festival unfortunately couldn't be had last year, so this year we took it to a new level. It is Friday night, December 3rd, and Santa arrives at 6 o'clock on the antique fire truck.
All right.
And that will be by the Christmas tree, which is donated by Mainetti's. And we'll start there. But before that, at around 5 o'clock, the Victorian Carolers will be uptown. We're encouraging people to come early this year and shop the shops, get some hot chocolate. There'll be all sorts of things going on and setup going on, but be part of it.
Are the streets going to be blocked off?
They are.
Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. For
everything.
strollers and
Yep.
families and good to hear.
Yep, from the Peace Park to the Senate House, those streets are all blocked off, and Wall Street up past Ulster Savings Bank.
All the way. Wow,
all
that's
the
great.
way.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
And we have a lot of events. I have to say, Julie Jordan is the chair this year. I'm co-chairing with her after many years of chairing it. But she's been the chair for 3 years now, and she's doing a phenomenal job, and she's so organized, and she's just doing great. So,
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And the map, I think the map is tremendous because the map really outlines everything that's occurring uptown on Friday night. And we were just speaking about, let's talk a little bit about the design and how this came to be and so forth.
Sure.
The
So
horse and carriage is back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
horse and
I didn't
carriage.
see it on here. I didn't want to ask
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
that might have
Yep.
been a sticky point. But
Yeah.
oh,
no,
thank goodness.
Yeah.
they are back.
Kids lined up for that. That was
And
awesome.
Love
this
it.
year it's going to be at the corner of Palazzato's by the Italian
Oh,
restaurant.
that's much
So
better.
we're going to start from there, so it doesn't kind of block the traffic going to see Santa on Fair Street
Oh,
or
yeah,
the
yeah,
museum.
good idea. Yeah.
So we kind of broke that up a little bit.
That's cool.
What was the question, Nina?
The map and what the map depicts and how this came to be.
The
Yeah.
map. Okay, so Rob Gaston, G-Pro, designed the map, and it is so kid-friendly and lots of big pictures. It has been distributed throughout Uptown and the surrounding areas and the banks. You can pick it up ahead, or you can go to our website, and it is on that. So you go to KUBA.network and then to Snowflake, and the map is also there. We will be distributing it the night of the festival on the street. We have an information booth, and everybody will have them. So follow the map, plan ahead, and then you might be able to see half of what we have.
Yeah, it's great
Yes.
because things are spread out all over. Well, I have a question. Two questions, Wani. One, Bond Street Stilt Band. What the heck is the Bond Street Stilt Band?
This band is on stilts, and they
A band.
Oh, just like,
they
there you
I want
go.
to go just to see this. What's the over/under?
And they are on the street through the whole
Really?
festival, walking around. We're hoping they will lead the fire truck in.
Oh.
And they are professionals from out of the area, and Julie found them last year, or 2019, and they're coming back. And they can't wait.
That's cool.
Everybody can't wait. It's like their first festival they're doing.
Oh,
That's
the
true,
kickoff,
right, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
season opener.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And another a Key of Q chorus. I imagine there's another strolling.
Yes,
Musical.
instead of standing still and being inside at a venue, they've opted to stroll the streets, so they will be strolling the streets through the whole festival.
So, it's a Wall Street main stage, and there's going to be performances. So there's the actual stage is going to be set up on Wall Street?
Yep. So the stage on Wall Street, Drew Andrews from CCE is our stage director, and he has organized every 5 minutes a different act that goes through. We have one from the Boys and Girls Club, and we have one from CCE, and then
Uptown Swing.
Uptown
There's a couple of ladies
Swing.
in that. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
And everybody will be on and off, and it'll be a continuous flow. And then he'll do his big finale with everybody on the street, dancing on the street like he always
Yeah,
does.
Pook, man.
yeah.
Pook can get you dancing. They're
It
great.
can.
A lot of fun.
It can.
Yeah. So, Bill, what's the bank's involvement with this?
So a major sponsor.
You don't want you.
No, we've been a major sponsor
Maritime.
for the event for years, and yeah, we were founded basically up on Wall Street. So this is really, our home, and our main office. So we could not be a part of it, right? It's
And
just
a
part of
plug
it.
on Wall Street, the display in the window
Yes.
with Steve
Blauweis.
Blauweis's book. And
beautiful.
Karen Berlowitz's book, Stephen Karen's book. But
Yes.
yeah, that's for another reason, just to walk on the block right
Looked
there.
at those and read
see
those
that.
windows, and we've been looking at them for a while. What can we do with those windows to
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
display them? And I thought they did a wonderful job with those. They
Oh,
really display
absolutely.
the uptown history. It's probably something that we'll hope we can continue with and display different
Right,
things up the
different
windows.
aspects.
So what we're talking about, right in the windows of Ulster Savings Bank, we have had Steve on and Karen before in their book about the historic Stockade area. They've actually taken segments of that book and created these huge panels in the windows of Ulster Savings Bank. So when you're uptown on Friday night, please take the effort to walk by there because it's amazing the history. And what they try to do is pick places like the Old Dutch Church, St. Joseph, Sojourner Truth, things that are right in the immediate area that tells you about the history, which is phenomenal. Really great.
Right. There's also a QR code on one of them that you can click with your phone to get some more
that's
information.
great.
So,
A little video
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, Alex, have you guys been involved?
Yeah, I mean, Nan approached us to see if we'd be interested in sponsoring the event, and Nan and KUBA do a phenomenal job organizing this event every year, and we're happy to be a sponsor again. We also help sponsor the Christmas tree, which is part of this event as well, of course.
Which is at the head of Wall in that little, what's soon to be hopefully a lovely new plaza, right? When the Kingstonian gets built.
Exactly.
But your trees on the corner, I mean, that's a great entrance.
Yeah, it is.
You come in and I don't know, I love your trees.
Every year, our guy's out there working hard.
I like
I'm
that.
always
Looks
worried about a
sunny.
lawsuit. He's going to fall off one of the branches. He's on a
Yeah.
ladder up
He's
there.
on the grass, not the concrete,
But
yeah.
he did a great job actually wiring those up this year. Because every year, people actually, sometimes they get damaged and sometimes they get cut.
Yeah, sure.
So we have to redo them. But they came out nice this year.
Yeah, I love it. Looks great.
It does.
Appreciate it. I really
it's
do.
Good. So good. I'm glad. It's great to see that young guy, family business. You're back involved. In the community, which is great to see. So
Always happy to be.
Yeah,
Always
good,
happy
good.
to be
Well,
part of a
good.
great event like this in the community.
And of course, on the flyer and on the poster, you have numerous sponsors because none of this could happen without Ulster Savings Bank and Mainetti. But there's many other ones, and there's probably 25, so we can't list them all right now. But all supporting the Snowflake Festival.
This year, that was probably the arm that I'm most responsible for. I was fundraising chair, and the donations, I was just telling Bill out there, they're still coming in, and obviously we can't give people thanks or anything else. So we're giving them the option of leaving their deposits for next year or returning them. But I have to just mention Nacarado Insurance only because they are our not presenting sponsor, but almost presenting sponsor, and so involved. And they will be over at the Senate House grounds passing out candy canes with Santa, who will be in the barn again this year over on Fair Street, because everybody wants to know where Santa is. The lights, the Friends of the Senate House have decorated the grounds. Not like they've been in the past, because the gentleman that did it, he's retired, and he did it because he loved doing it. But it's bright, and you can walk over there, and the fences are all, I watched the lights go on last night. They were kind of really exciting just to know they're there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's great.
Now, at the Peace Park, which is right on the corner there, campfire s'mores. Is that for real? Like, there's going to be...
Yeah, that is something new.
You like that, right,
Everybody
Karen?
knows Eleni from Stadium. She came up with the idea, and she will be there with a whole group of people, very well supervised, very COVID consciously. Each child will be handed a little baggie with the graham cracker and the marshmallow and everything, and a long skewer. And Julie got the fire pit, and so there'll be a fire pit there. And so
That's
when
a
you're
cool
walking
idea.
up,
That's going to be a hit.
It'll,
I mean, every 11-year-old boy is going to want to stand there by the campfire. So, you know.
yeah, and it's right by the fire miser too. So even if you're in line, you can be watching the fire miser. And Sharut the clown is also at that end of the block. So there'll be stuff going on.
Now the fire miser, he's the breather and the flaming bowling
Fire
pin
breathing.
juggling guy. Right? Yeah.
He's the crazy guy who blows the fire. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, he's a big
He doesn't
attraction.
need to shave very
Well,
often.
you warm up instantly when you walk by too, so it's a great.
He doesn't have to shave, but he's a very clean shaven.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's great here in the flyer also that a lot of the community, a lot of stores are actually giving out complimentary treats, right? Let's talk about that, the different businesses and what they're going to be doing at the Snowflake Festival so that people can support them.
Yep. So many of the people aren't even listed on the calendar. You'll see stands outside, but I know that Half Moon Books is going to be offering a discount. Bop to Totem, they're offering holiday goodies. Kingston Candy Bar.
Both good stores for holiday shopping. Listeners.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, Bob Tom's great.
Parties Insurance is doing hot chocolate and donuts that'll be especially there for the performers and the people coming off the stage.
They're on Fair, right? Party?
They're on Wall, right next to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yep. I got a map. Huh.
Yeah. The Old Dutch Church, of course, they're going to have a big venue there with lots of entertainment and food. Hamilton and Adams, Caldwell Banker, Village Green, Fireman's Hall Museum, Hotel Kinsley is doing hot chocolate. I know that inside the bank at Ulster Savings, while you're looking at those beautiful outside pictures, we are going to have the Coach House Player Choir.
Oh, that's great.
And Mrs. Claus for a little while.
that's
And then
great.
UCIF, the Italian American Foundation, is going to be serving coffee, so you can get some coffee and warm up. And we'll also have one of the local bakeries that's going to be doing some baked goods inside.
Oh, that's fantastic.
In the lobby. So if you want to stop in and warm up for a little bit.
So the only other inside venue this year is the Old Dutch Church. And we have the Fiddlers moving there. They were last year over at the Senate Garage. Fortunately, they have a wedding, so they couldn't give us the space. Totally supportive of our festival. So Old Dutch opened up, and we're also going to have the Juggler there. So the Juggler is really a super guy. And what they're going to do is the first hour is going to be the Juggler, who was there last year. And then the second hour will be the group from Sorgerties, which is all little kids that play the violin. They are so cute and so talented and so excited because this is also their first performance since COVID. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Old Dutch is going to be, holiday decorations inside, so I'm sure it's going to be very holiday spirity. So.
I believe they're even going to have a craft table inside too.
Good.
So.
That's great.
And the beautiful lights around the whole, fenced-in area.
Now, I hope this isn't a sticky subject, but are there going to be bathroom facilities available? Or?
Well, there are bathrooms in the county parking lot that we've been using all summer long for.
Public access.
Access,
in the parking lot of the county building.
No, county parking lot on John Street.
Courthouse.
Where the farmer's market is.
Oh, yes, okay.
So it's almost central to the.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay. Just so listeners aren't afraid to bring their little kids if, whatever, so.
I do want to say that for the 2 indoor events, we are requiring masks, but masks will be available at the door, and we will have plenty of masks to go around, so don't.
So that's what, at Old Dutch and?
Ulster Savings. And those are our only 2 indoor venues. Okay. Everything else, it's whatever the stores have posted on their doors.
Oh, good.
And I see ice carving. So where are you doing that?
So the ice carvers, they arrive very early to set up, and they always are going even before the Christmas tree, and it's right next to the Christmas tree.
Okay, great. Cool. Yeah, that's fantastic. I like the idea of 5 in the afternoon to come first, listen to the carolers, walk around before the tree lighting.
Right, get some of your shopping done. It's great.
Yeah, it really is.
So
Great
the
idea.
Victorian Carolers, they've been traditional to the festival from day one. And we used to just have them for an hour. Now we have them for 2 hours. We usually start off at Mainetti and Mainetti. They go in and they visit as many sponsors as they can. They'll go to Ulster Savings, they'll go to the Firehouse, they'll just roam. And then then they'll start singing at the Christmas tree at 5:45, Christmas music that you can sing along to until Santa comes, and then they'll roam the street for another hour.
And they're phenomenal. They're really good.
They are good.
And they're dressed
They're really
in,
good.
traditional Victorian.
Yeah, it's impressive. They are.
Fun.
It's like the official. To me, it's like the official kickoff of the season.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's one of my
you're right.
most fun
It's a
events
big thing.
uptown. I mean, we do a
through-
lot, but it's
Through Kiwanis, a couple of years ago, we helped out up at the Senate House, and I couldn't believe the turnout. The streets were packed. It was wonderful. The kids, I mean, it was like total youth, kids.
And you were the biggest one there.
Probably. And at least in heart. But yeah, it's wonderful. It's great, so.
And it's nice because it's a free community event also.
I was just
It
going to
is,
say,
and it-
everything is free.
And it unites so many, the KUBA business people, the government, the county, the city. So many people have to work together to pull it off.
Right.
So it's a big undertaking. So kudos to you guys for, one, writing checks, two, taking on the reins and helping organize this thing. And Julie, I guess, perhaps gets the biggest props for, the buck stops here, right? Eventually someone's in charge, and if it's her name's on it, so good.
No, it's,
God,
it's nice,
good
and
thing, so.
it looks wonderful. I mean, you have the decoration of town. Last year, we were able to do the lighting because we couldn't do the event, so you have all of the lights uptown as well, and all the stores are lit. So it's just a fun event for every age, right? There's something for everybody. So come on up, have some fun.
That's right,
shop
because
and
there
stroll,
are,
listen to
adult
music.
beverages at several of
There-
the uptown institutions.
I think you can get a few of those
Some
at a
good,
couple of the
delicious
stops.
food. If you
Sure.
don't want cookies or donuts, there's Italian, there's American, there's Asian, there's everything. So a little
Oliver-
bit for everybody. We all know there's a great French restaurant uptown. So
All of our wonderful restaurants will be open. You can stop and
it's something for everyone uptown.
to make a reservation for dinner afterwards.
Yeah. The dates again. This Friday night. Friday, starting at 5 o'clock, but come a little earlier to shop and.
It
hear
starts
the-
at 6.
Well, I'm saying the carolers, they're
Yeah,
gonna
you
be
got it.
strolling
Yep.
around,
You got
come
it.
early. And the weather looks okay, so.
The weather looks great.
Yeah, so.
That's huge. I remember walking uptown during a Snowflake Festival when it was pouring rain one year.
And
Yeah.
in 2019, it snowed the
That's
day
right.
before, and thank goodness the city just jumped on it. It was like they cleared the streets so fast, and they got it cleared to the curb, and everybody was like, "You should do Snowflake every Friday night." But they're so supportive, and the DPW hung our wreaths yesterday. And Patrick came on the bucket truck to put the beautiful star on top of the Christmas tree in the last layer and adjust all our bows because it's very hard to do that from ground level.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
And I have to give a special shout out to my son, Bill, who has, with his son, done all the snowflakes uptown in the planters. And they replaced over 800 lights, hand-placed, had a plier out.
Poor Owen, he worked his fingers to the bone.
So Owen and Bill have done that, and Bill put up the Christmas tree, and he said to me today, and what do I have to do now? I said, tomorrow you have to bag the meters, and then you have to be there to put up the barricades. And he said, is this really fun?
Humbug.
It's the fun
You
part.
wonder why he's gonna hate Christmas eventually.
No, but and then Owen and Jasmine, my granddaughter, who have been coming for years with me just to help Grandma. This year, they each got 4 volunteers from the high school. So the kids are so excited to be on our spreadsheet, and each one has a job, and it's already assigned, and they know where to report. It's just...
That's great.
Yeah, but that's great.
It's family. It's
Yeah,
giving.
yeah.
It's just a really warm feeling.
It is. It's watching your kids grow. I mean, that's, there's watching them mature. That's a wonderful thing. You're lucky. It's great.
And we talk about this all the time, but how kids growing up in families where the parents and the grandparents are giving back to the community, and that's how they learn to give back, and they grow. And like Cameron said, when he was young with his parents, and
Watching my
that's
dad do
how.
all those
Yeah.
things. My mom
So
and
that's
Junior.
fantastic because someday they'll be
Watching
the
your
ones
dad,
that are.
it's
Perfect
great.
example.
Like I said, it's great that you're back in town.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things KCR is most proud of is trying to
Right.
build and foster community, sense of community. So
Yes,
yeah, that's
yeah.
good. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can I just mention quickly that the biggest thing that KUBA does, because we have sponsors, is the bike giveaway. And
Ooh.
Right, that's
this
right.
year, we had a chair that was just phenomenal. She took it on all by herself, and she put out the raffle tickets in 20 locations. And then her idea was, which was great, draw one from each location. So each of the locations will, the winners have already been picked because we do this early, so we have the right size bikes for the right size children.
Yeah, and they know to show up.
Yeah, and they will show up.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll be doing that right on Wall Street instead of on the stage. So the bikes will be there, and at 7 o'clock, all the little kids who have won and their parents
So
and
you're
family.
giving like 20 bicycles?
20 bicycles.
Wow.
And thank you, Walmart, for
I
partnering
was
with
just gonna
us.
say,
They
that's a pretty
made
big
this
chunk of
really, it's not
material.
easy to find.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they let us know when shipments came in, and Julie and I went out and just bought bikes, and we had so much
So
fun.
you got
Oh, that's great.
little to
6 years to 11.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That
that's
is
really
great.
neat.
Yeah, and actually, I think there are a couple of 2-year-old ones that did submit things, and we couldn't, negate them. So
You try. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's KUBA sponsored that and is doing
Snowflake,
that,
it's Snowflake. It's still Well, KUBA sponsors Snowflake,
Okay.
but it's a separate.
But it's a
separate
Snowflake
committee.
Festival.
Yeah, all the
bicycle-
funds are kept separate.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to.
So our
Yeah.
bike sponsors, everybody from Barbara Cohn to Pop to Totem to, and I can never even mention
Yeah, you
all
don't
the
want to
people
list
who are
everybody.
donating.
So that's interesting. So different members, uptown members.
Ron Woods,
sponsored
people
bikes,
who
whatever?
sponsor
Wow,
everything.
that's really cool.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
we love doing it. We talked about switching over to a different thing because it's so difficult to coordinate, but the kids really love the bikes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
And then, with health and, the Play 60 initiative and all those, bike lanes we got in Kingston now. So it's, it's all fits together nicely. So it's
It is.
Yep.
It is. No, it's a great night. Have some fun. We also, we're in the middle of celebrating our 170th
Oh, that's
anniversary.
right.
We're doing the 170 acts of kindness. So we may have some people out on the street giving out little gift cards that you can go in and use.
acts of kindness, huh? Wow.
Preloaded
random
debit
acts of
cards.
kindness.
Gift cards to the bank.
No, gift cards. Basically, preloaded debit cards that you can go and do some.
1% discount on your next.
that you can go do some shopping uptown with.
But that's really neat. So you never know what might happen. That's
You never
cool.
know what might happen.
Wow. If you see Bill Calderara walking around with stick envelopes in his pocket, stick by.
Close to him, yeah.
I stood next to Bill 2 years ago at Ulster Savings, and I think it was one of the maybe first years you were actively there at the festival, or maybe it was the second one, but we just stood there and shook our heads and just you hit everything along the whole block.
Oh, yeah.
You just walk it and just do it.
Yeah, enjoy your city, our town.
It's a fun night. If you've never done it, come up and enjoy it. If you've done it, you know what it's like. But I said there is something for everybody. You can just walk the streets, have some fun. Just watching the kids and the expressions on their faces as they're having fun, or watching the dances.
And of course,
it's just amazing.
The lots, the Plaza Road lot, Kingston Plaza will be available for parking. The meters are suspended at that, so outside of the blocked off area, meters will be.
It's after dark, yeah.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
County lot, right?
County lot.
On the county building.
Yeah, the courthouse
Stadium.
lot.
Stadium.
Stadium.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's probably
Yeah,
the closest.
there's plenty of places to walk up. Yeah.
We have a parking lot too, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but it fills up
Yeah,
every year.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Park on the
it's
M&T
a-
side.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, so, there's no reason to be discouraged, so.
No.
Plenty of parking.
Come on up.
And everything we're talking about, you can go on KUBA.network, correct? And you can get all the information, the times, the events, everything that's going on.
You can see the price structure. Oh, wait, there isn't a price structure.
There is a price structure.
Everything is free, right? Yeah.
Great.
There you go.
At almost all the stores, I was up Saturday doing some shopping. Almost all of them have the brochures out too. So if you stop
I'm
in
sure.
any of them,
And
we
like
have them.
you
You
said-
can pick them up.
You probably had some late entrances, so more are going to participate than are on your list here. I'm sure everyone's going to do something to a degree, so.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
Yep, excellent. So, We got about half a minute left. Any last thing you'd like to get in there? Or?
Yeah, just one last thing. My father turned 75 yesterday.
Wow.
So I just wanted to mention
birthday.
that for Mainetti, 3/4 of a century. Just want to throw that out there.
Dang.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
It's great, man. Holy cow.
He should have got the cow pie.
There you go. Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Al Mainetti, Bill Calderara, Nan Potter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Forward to
Come
Friday
out Friday night. Come early, stay late. Support our businesses and our community and have fun. Friends, everybody. So, cool.
Sums it up.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, good.
Thank you
Excellent.
for having us.
And the weather's going to be beautiful, so come on down. So, Dan, why don't you take us to break?
Thank you. Al Mainetti from Mainetti and O'Connor, and Potter Realty, and Ulster Savings, 3 of the KUBA contributors to the Snowflake Festival. It's now at the bottom of the hour, and you're with us on KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM WGHQ. It's Tuesday, November 30th, 24 degrees right now here in Uptown Kingston. This morning program is brought to you by Robert Baum Commercial Realty, located at 79 St. James Street, Kingston, New York. Visit rgbaum.com for more information. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey there.
What's up, bruh?
Hello.
Aloha.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hola.
Hi.
It takes a lot of voices to create the sound of us. The Y welcomes all of them with open arms. From career readiness to safe spaces, the Y is there, no matter who we are. Now, more than ever, they need your support. Donate to your local Y today. The Y, for a better us.
Read by members of the Y.
What grows in the forest? Our imagination and our family bonds. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Tony Marmo from Norman Staffing, and we've been bringing together employers and job seekers since 1980. If you're an employer and have job vacancies, let Norman Staffing help fill them with permanent or temporary workers. We screen, interview, and recommend the best candidates for your company. We make the employment process easier and faster for you. Please call Norman Staffing for your employment needs at 338-9111, 338-9111, or normanstaffing.com.
Hi, this is Scott Harrington from Hurley, and I support Kingston Community Radio because the people need a place to have their voice heard, and it's lost in corporate radio, so please keep listening and supporting our station.
And you're with us here at KCR, Kingston Community Radio, AM 920 and 92.5 FM, WGHQ. Weather and forecast for the next few days. Flurries and a few snow showers possible, 30% chance of that today with a high of 38. And tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 30. Wednesday, cloudy early with partial sunshine, expected late, a high of 43. And Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with periods of rain or freezing rain late in the evening. So be very, very careful when Thursday morning. There might be some slick roads around. It's a low of 31 for Wednesday night. Thursday, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. A chance of rain is 50%. And the same chance of rain throughout Thursday night with a low of 35. But they are correct. Friday is a beautiful day. So definitely go to the Snowflake Festival. This upcoming portion of Kingston Community Radio is brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank, always working for you and our community, with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Now let's get back for the last half hour with Terrific Tuesday, Nina Postupack and Cameron Rylance. Welcome back.
We are back.
Yes.
And for the home stretch. So hopefully our next guest will be phoning in, Marc Riker. He is the...
Marc Ryder. Yeah, he's
Ryder, not Marc Riker. He was the fire chief, Marc Riker.
He was.
Ryder, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Marc Ryder, who is the Deputy County Executive. He will give us a little background about the county budget, that hopefully will be passed by the legislature on the
maybe there's something
Thursday
about
night.
the state of emergency.
And he'll talk to us about the state of, yes.
And
Matter of fact,
hopefully
he just
about
texted me about that. And about Tech City, so.
It's sounds like he's on the line now.
On the line, okay. Can you pull that speaker
Good morning,
up for
Marc.
us?
You're on the air with Nina and Cameron.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing today?
We are great, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on, Marc. I know it's a busy time right now for the county, and as we just said, Marc Ryder is the Deputy County Executive, and quite a bit going on, so we're going to go right into it, and maybe you could talk in the beginning, just this past Sunday, a state of emergency was declared by our county executive. Can you talk a little bit about that and give us a little background on what that entails?
Yeah, I would love to. So, we've been monitoring the cases for a little while now, and they've been steadily higher than what we saw in the summer and the fall. And when we looked at what happened after and then into Thanksgiving and the winter holidays, we started to get concerned. The emergency health declaration and the following executive orders allows us at this time to do it internal to county operations, which will help speed up getting relief.
So, Marc, I'm going to interrupt you 1 second because you're cutting out. Do you have access to the landline or no?
I don't.
Where are you, Marc?
I'm in Rifton.
Okay, you're in Rifton. Just stay. Stay. Don't be moving around.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Don't be moving around. And there was a bit of a some other media going on in the background. I thought I heard. Is there a radio or something going on?
So I've moved it now.
Okay. Thank you.
That might have been the disturbance. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's all right. Okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt you. So go ahead.
Yeah, so it allows us right now at this time, the executive order is really just internal to government operations. So it does two things. It helps with speeding up procurement. It suspends some of the current procurement rules, which will allow us to get test kits and other things to the schools more quickly. And it also allows us to transfer parts of the workforce, really help surge. Early on in the pandemic, Nina, we had your staff helping out, answering phone calls and doing other things. And it was really Team Ulster County. And so we're seeing a time with upticks in calls to our COVID hotline. And we're just preparing for the need to switch staff around.
I'm glad you brought that up. Can you give some information on the COVID hotline? Because that's an important resource for individuals who may have questions or not sure where to go or what to do, or for seniors who may need transportation. They can reach out, am I correct, to the hotline, Marc?
Absolutely. And so that number is 845-443-8888. And remember, now you have to dial the 845. But yeah, it's really the COVID hotline, but we envision it as morphing into a kind of one-stop shop for one phone call, one front door into county services. So for now, it's COVID. One of the budget initiatives the county executive has in the 2022 budget is to expand the recovery service center and help link people to other services.
Yes, and the pod is now open again at Best Buy for not only vaccinations but for boosters and for children. Am I correct with that?
Correct. So on Wednesdays from 11 to 3, we are open for adults who want to get their booster, who want to get their first or second shot. We have all three vaccines. We have Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. You can come in and get a booster. We do recommend appointments, but we accept walk-ins. On Wednesday evening from 3:30 to 7, we have our children's pod for 5 to 11-year-olds. They have a little bit more privacy in some cubicles, and we show like Disney Plus movies. And then Fridays, again, we're back 11 to 7 for adults with boosters, and that's really anybody over the age of 12. And on Saturdays, again, from 11 to 4, we're doing the children's boosters.
So that's a great resource, and people who are listening, please pass that word around, because I have to say the volunteers, and Marc, you probably can speak to this, the amount of people that volunteer to do the actual processing of an individual when they come in to get their COVID shot, and then of course the medical personnel that volunteer to give the actual shots itself. And there's many county employees that have been redeployed and work there, and it's quite an operation. And I have to say a shout out to the county executive's office, to yourself and your staff, because this was not an easy a project to put together, and you've done it seamlessly, and I think it goes so well. When I'm up there, it's amazing the amount of people that you get through there in a day.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and thank you for speaking to the volunteers. We are always looking for more, both non-medical and medical staff. You can go to our COVID website and sign up to volunteer. We actually have paid stipends, so while we call them volunteers, we do pay a stipend for shifts. So it's a nice way to make a little extra money and help the community.
Absolutely. And it's important because without the volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do it. So, and it's very easy if you go on the website. So, Marc, I know you were going to give us a little update about the county executive's initiatives in this 2022 budget that we hope will be passed by the legislature on Thursday night.
It's Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So if you could speak to that a little bit, and what the county exec is seeing as his goals for 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, this budget was one that we took great care in, because it's coming out of, you know, recovering from the pandemic. Obviously, we just talked about the public health emergency, so we're not out of it yet, but we're getting there. And we really wanted the 22 budget to show that we are going to kind of recover through this in a better way. And so not only using kind of American Rescue Plan funds to build out desperately needed infrastructure, we're also focusing on a few major initiatives. One is around our mental health department. Not only adding back in a full-time commissioner for mental health, which, you know, we've learned through the pandemic that really Dr. Smith, while she's done a phenomenal job, she's had to wear multiple hats, overseeing both the health department and the mental health department. And honestly, like the behavioral health side could be all consuming in one full-time position. So we've added in a full-time commissioner of mental health in this budget. Not only did we add that position, but we resourced the department in a way where we believe we can take it to the next level. The people who will be overseeing our great partners and providers, making sure that they're living up to their end of the bargain, and really tracking that with data, and ensuring that our constituents are getting the help they need. So not only resourcing the department, but we also are putting infrastructure funds towards building a mental health and addiction recovery services center. It will hopefully be located in Midtown Kingston, somewhere along the Broadway corridor. We're looking at having a hub where not only our mental health department will be located, but also some of the clinics and, again, partner providers will join us and all be in a hub of behavioral health services. So that's one of the major initiatives.
Important one also. I mean, needed services here in Ulster County, and the county executive recognized that. and made that a major goal of this year's budget, but very important.
Yeah, absolutely, because the larger healthcare facilities aren't providing that, so we have to. Now, is there a timeline on that, or a time frame for that? Sometime calendar year 2022?
Yeah,
or?
so our hope is to start the hub in 22. In this budget, we are separating out the departments by adding the commissioner and other positions, and we hope to have the construction begin on the hub. Part of that mental health and recovery, addiction recovery services center is a crisis stabilization center. We hope to begin, breaking ground on that in 22, with completion, 22, 23. That will be one where we find a partner through an RFP. We'll provide some infrastructure funding. The state will provide some funds and reimbursement, and it'll be similar to what Dutchess County has as far as crisis stabilization. It's a place that people can go for up to 24 hours and get help in acute crisis, and then there's a warm handoff and follow-up through a provider.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
Extremely important plan, so great. I hope it passes. Any other initiatives that you'd like to talk about?
Sure. So we've seen a great deal of need for small businesses, and so with some of the use of ARPA funds, with the partnership of the Ulster County Legislature, we hope to put aside $2 million for direct aid to small businesses, partially with a focus on minority and women-owned businesses and veteran-owned businesses, to help them purchase new equipment, get through payroll costs that they've been challenged through the pandemic. We plan on having a Housing Smart Communities program with the American Rescue Plan funds, which is an additional $1.5 million led by our Housing Development Corporation, and will help partially. One of the projects that is involved in this is demolition of the old county jail and supporting the construction of 160 units of senior and workforce housing. So that's a very exciting project that has been underway for a little while, but will really break ground and go to construction in 2022.
Yeah, that's much needed. I can't wait for that project. So.
Yeah, and we're looking for more housing projects. I think when it comes to all levels of housing, that is a great need in Ulster County. So whether it's workforce housing, affordable housing, and so on.
Isn't there a large development going down in Marlborough, however you say it?
Yeah, I did see that. I believe the IDA was looking at a pilot down there, but there is a large affordable housing project also. I don't have the exact number of units on that.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty big proposal. So,
we also have a government operations center. So for too long, our 911 it's called a PSAP. It's a answering point system. It's where the 911 center answers phone calls, and our emergency operations center. They've just been, I'll say, outdated and not built well for the staff there. And so in this budget, in the capital plan, we call on building what we call a government operations center, which will be a co-located emergency operations center, that PSAP. And we also plan on using it as a government operations center when it's not activated as a DOC.
Are you going to build a facility? Are you looking to repurpose county building for that, or?
Right now, we are under contract with architects and engineers to help with site location, but it's anticipated that it would be a new build.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a very important initiative.
Yeah. Now I've been waiting.
I know
I'm
you've
not trying to cut you off or cut your the budget talk short, but I am dying to talk about this headline in the Freeman today.
I haven't read it.
No, it was about the real estate firm National Resources buying the traditional Tech City campus. The old part of it.
Yeah. So this is a transformative project that our director of economic development, our county attorney, has been working on for quite some time. Really exciting that we were able to announce the agreement yesterday. So this all started back kind of when County Executive Ryan took office. One of the first things we did was foreclose on Enterprise West, the other side of Tech City, which was the old Bank of America building. And then within the last year, we started foreclosure proceedings on Enterprise East, the other side of Tech City, which includes all the parcels. And as of yesterday, all parties had agreed to a settlement agreement, which has a real estate firm purchasing the property from Allen Ginsberg.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, again,
on so many levels, it's fantastic.
Go ahead.
No, on so many levels. I mean, it's environmental. Every time it rains, that pile of debris is leaching crap out into the environment. The blight, the potential tax benefit, everything is so. Gosh, I can't wait for this to happen. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're all very excited. A lot of work went into it, but it's not done, 100% yet. But we're right there, and we hope to have things by the end of the year wrapped up as far as transfer.
Would you be able to speak upon the purposing of the property once the real estate company buys it?
Sure. So I have not seen the exact details, but if anybody has seen iPark 84, the business complex at a former IBM site over in East Fishkill, this developer, National Resources, has the ability to redevelop these sites. They've shown that they've done it in the past, and we're confident that they are going to put a sizable commitment into not only remediating the environmental issues of asbestos and all of that, but also they have a commitment of really redeveloping the site and bringing businesses to it, and again putting it back on the tax rolls. So we're very excited.
Amen. Yeah. Fun fact: my family's business, Rylance Printing, was the first public tenant after IBM started pulling out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Building 35, all around the inside. Anyhow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I digress.
Absolutely.
Way back when.
Yep.
When IBM was still there, when they started leasing it out, whatever. But the National Resources, Dan Parshanchi, has a big history. They have developed several other former industrial sites, repurposed, renovated, cleaned up. So these guys are a big firm they probably already have plans in mind. So we're looking forward to it.
So Marc, is this
we're very lucky, and again, this is a transformative project.
Marc, is this the west side of the campus or the east? I don't know. I got a little confused on that.
This is the east side.
The east side, okay.
Traditional old
side.
Now, is it everything like from the tracks? Is it everything from like the railroad tracks to not Morton Boulevard, under the bridge? Is it the whole kit and caboodle?
Everything that is back in, it's several parcels. It's everything that's back, from Morton Boulevard to the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Including, there's a few parcels that were already purchased by other buyers just a few months ago that are not included in this. But everything else, including the master parcel, which is all the parking lots, where the soccer fields currently are, all the way to Enterprise Drive and the Sky Bridge.
Good. So there's no holdouts. It's basically the whole plot is in new will be in new owners' hands, and no more obstructionists, no more nonsense with back taxes and all that. The whole site's going to be ready for development, correct?
Correct.
Awesome.
So, and the procedure from this point is I believe it goes to the legislature on Thursday night, then a public hearing, and then hopefully it's passed by the legislature before December 31st. Is that correct, Marc?
Yeah, there's still just a few details. This was part of a court settlement, and we're just waiting for the judge to sign off. But all the parties have signed off, so we imagine that'll be done quickly. There are a couple resolutions in front of the legislature Thursday night. One to do a public hearing for the possible surplus of the property. The other to accept a deed in lieu of foreclosure, which may or may not be necessary, that resolution at this point, but we want to have it ready in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have like about 3 to 4 minutes left, Marc. Is there anything else that you want to touch upon before we get to the top of the hour?
No, I just, to just circle back around to the beginning of this conversation with the public health emergency. One of the other reasons why the county executive decided to do it was to really bring back awareness that we're still in the middle of a pandemic. We are seeing daily cases, not as high as they were back in the third wave of last winter, but much higher than they were this time last year, and we saw what happened then. We're seeing our hospitals. Health Alliance had 20 people over the weekend. That's an extremely large number. A year ago, yesterday, they had 6 people in the hospital. Yesterday, they had 20. So it's really not a time to let your guard down. I would encourage everybody who is over the age of 18, who it's been 6 months since your second dose or your first dose if you had J&J, go out and get the booster. We have plenty of vaccine available. And just, be careful when you're going out into public. I recommend people, and the CDC recommends that people continue to wear masks indoors when they're in large public spaces, when you're out at the grocery stores and in other facilities, and just continue to do those things like hand washing and proper kind of pandemic hygiene that will all keep us safe and healthy as we are celebrating Hanukkah this week and Christmas towards the end of December. But as we go through the holidays, I just hope that everybody stays safe and healthy.
Is there any status of the Omicron variant in Ulster County yet?
Yeah, so we have not detected it, but it would not surprise me if it's here. New York State, the United States, is not necessarily at the forefront with the genome testing and just detecting variants. It's a very time-consuming test. It's expensive, and we're just not testing every single case of COVID to determine what variant it is. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was here, but I don't have anything to back that up.
All right. Well, Marc, we really appreciate your coming on this morning and updating us of what's going on in the county. And we look forward to having you back on the air again. So thank you so much. We appreciate it, and have a good day.
All right, thank you.
And I apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully,
no, it worked out perfect, loud and clear. So thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Take care, Marc.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, a lot going on.
Yes, busy.
Well, hopefully
right,
the budget
for the
passes
county.
Thursday, and 'cause there's some good stuff in it.
Yes, yeah.
And this Tech City moves forward because that's a blight that's far too long on our horizon.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there could be possibly a better firm to
to
move
market
into
it. Yes,
since they've got an incredible
track record.
track
They're going to
record.
pay the back taxes right away, so that's even better. So
yes.
cool. So look at that. We're about at the top of the hour. We got to
We
get
are,
going. So
yeah.
off to work. So everybody, thanks for listening. Hope
Yes,
you have
have
a
a
terrific Tuesday.
Yes, enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you
See you
next
next
Tuesday.
There you go.
Thank
All right,
you.
Dan.
Thank you, Nina Postupack and Cameron Rylance. Thank you for such a terrific Tuesday, and can make the whole day a terrific Tuesday. This last portion of Kingston Community Radio was brought to you by Rondout Savings Bank, always working for you and our community, with branches in Kingston, West Hurley, and Hyde Park. Also online at rondoutbank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Thank you for sharing the morning with us and participating in Kingston Community Radio, being a part of KCR Community, AM 920, 92.5 FM, and our live streaming on mykcr.org. Talk radio at its best. Inspire discussions of, by, and for the community. Until tomorrow, as every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m., we wish you every success in growing and developing Kingston and all our neighboring communities. We now return you to Magic 92.5.